share on the panel this evening is Bridgeman and that gentleman that is Fox. Evening, lads.
Hello, hello.
Oh, that gentleman. You're very nice tonight, Oxford. Can I say that? And can I just say a big good evening to you guys? Huge good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
A nice
How are you, Fox? How are you, Fox?
Very happy, pal. Very happy. Looking forward to tomorrow.
The ball game, eh?
Yep.
The ball game. I hope the weather's going to be alright. A bit of wind and rain coming in, but I think it's clearing a bit. Lunchtime tomorrow, so hopefully everything will be alright for the game tomorrow night, Bridge.
Oh yes, let's keep the fingers crossed for that. We want a nice night for the game. We want Rangers to play their best on a good pitch.
Yeah, but they certainly carry a threat. They've got fantastic individual players. Their styles built around.
Sorry about that, mate. I was just prepping something there.
I think you need to go and be drinking drugs tested before we go any further.
Very good, very good.
Carry on, Bridge, carry on.
No, I was just going to say, we want it to be a nice night for the fans anyway, for a start. But we don't want any excuses. We don't want to see poor play because of bad weather. We'd rather see really good play. And I have to say this, I'm as honest as days long when it comes to it. I don't want MD to beat Rangers, but sometimes it's going to happen, and you have to take your hat off to a better team. If they're not a better team, that's a different thing. But if we get beaten tomorrow night by a better team, then we haven't got any excuses. We don't want to have excuses of weather. Let's put it that way. We want to get there, show them what we're made of, and take goals after them. Get into them, Rangers. Sorry, I'm getting excited now.
Honest as the day's long, no many juries swallowed that, mate.
No, that's an old saying from my youth.
Honest as the day's long, Your Honour.
That's it. You got to say it, didn't you? You got to say it. It wasn't me. The big boy did it and ran away.
No, but his nickname was Fox.
Honest Harry.
No, Pinocchio.
Oh.
Oh dear.
So, it's a good position, man. For me, it's a free hit. I wasn't expecting this. For you, Fox?
Didn't fully expect to be still in the mix the way we are, but I think it's not a free hit. And tomorrow night, mate, I think we've got to win and maybe get a draw away from home against Austria. Vienna, or Rapid Vienna, I should say. I think we've got to win, or else we'll not qualify. That's my opinion.
You can't disagree with that, can you, Oxter? If we get a win tomorrow night, there's a great chance of us getting through. So everyone's going to rest. Getting through, I'm meaning, as of a positive slant going into the last game of the draw away to Austria. We need to buckle down and get tore in. I really do. If we come away with a victory tomorrow, then I think we're quids in.
Oh, we're in a good position if we are. But what I mean is the whole thing is a free hit for this Fox. I didn't see it coming. The revenue streams, the way we've learned as a team. Yeah, we've made mistakes. We've also been unlucky. I mean, that was a perfectly good goal. We get chopped off in Russia to make it 4-2. And I think we'd have only won that game if that counted personally. But we'll never know. You get where I'm coming from, Fox?
Aye, but we also carried a bit of luck in some of the games as well. And I'm just happy that we're still in with a chance to go into the next round, to be honest. I never gave us a hope of getting into the actual league format in this competition. I thought we'd have done well in a few games in the qualifiers, and that'd have been more whack, considering we're a new put-together team with a new manager. But we've surpassed all those expectations, and here we are in with a chance of getting into the next round, which is really thrilling for me.
Oh, it's thrilling. It's thrilling for him. Is it dashing for you, Bridge?
I'm buzzing for the game. I'm not kidding. I'm buzzing for the game. If it's anywhere near as exciting a game as we had against Austria Vienna when we won the game there, it would be, the place will just be jumping. I'll be jumping anyway, probably, but really and truly, the atmosphere was just electric. and I hope we can generate that atmosphere again. I know that this team can play a bit of football. I thought they outplayed us a big chunks of the game in the first half against them over there, and Rangers held their own the second half and did very well. So we need to be able to do a similar exercise, but spread it over the two halves, for God's sake, you know. Don't just be good in one half. Just play well all through the game. Don't give any ground, don't give anything away, and you should be okay.
I think it'll be a game with goals in it, Fox.
So they are. I think, I'm hoping that we win by the odd goal. I can see it being something like maybe 3-2 or something. Because I think they're as capable of scoring as we are. And I'm looking forward to it, mate. I think it'll be an intriguing game.
I'm looking forward to it myself. So before we go any further and we get the tone in the night, I think it's only right to hear from our manager before we ask people to come in and join us. And then we might get some clues of who we're going to set up with. So if you don't mind going mute, to hear from your gaffer, Stephen Gerrard, MBE.
Yeah, but they certainly carry a threat. They've got fantastic individual players. I think their style's built around technical individual players. They have been playing a 4-2 in a lot of games of late. So they obviously play with two forwards who are quick and like to run in behind, and they like to overload the middle of the pitch and keep the ball. So we have huge respect for them individually and collectively. We believe they're in a false position in the league. So, you know, we know they come with a big threat all over the pitch, and that's a threat we have to be ready for.
Stephen, in terms of the group, it's such a competitive group. I know every game's a must-win game, but how do you see it now in terms of the permutations for the group?
I think everyone knows it's quite obviously we can't afford to lose this game. We go in with a plan. We go in with confidence and belief that we can go and win the game. I think if we bring our A game and we max out, we're certainly capable. But, you know, come the final whistle, it's obviously crucial that we don't lose the game. So, a draw takes it to the end, to the last game, to the wire. But for us, we are going to go in to try and win it.
It's such a tight group. Do you sense a real belief from all the players that they can make it to the last 32?
There's certainly belief. You know, we've played against Villarreal, you know, at their stadium, and I thought we showed them too much respect in the first 45 minutes. But when we actually played with belief and confidence, we got a lot of joy and created a lot of problems. So we want the players to go and express themselves and play with freedom, take the game to the opposition and see where it takes us. You know, I think we have been the surprise team in this group. I don't think the opposition teams gave us much chance. So for us, it was always to try and take this group to the wire, and that's what we intend to do.
When you were saying that you didn't think the opposition teams gave you much of a chance, is that the stuff you've heard or read from them, or how they've set up against you?
No, I just remember taking myself back to the draw. I think the first thing you do when a draw is made is you check on the team you're playing against and the history in the competition. So we were certainly the underdogs when the draw was made, and I think the likes of Spartak and Villarreal probably seen us as comfortable opposition. So it's credit to my players how well we've played in the competition so far. And I think everyone's aware of our threat now, so I don't think any opposition will take us lightly, and I think tomorrow's set up to be a fantastic match.
Steve, how important did you think that result in Spain was? Do you think it prompted a mindset change in the guys that they felt they could live at this level, perhaps where there might have been some doubts before?
It certainly gave us confidence and belief. I thought we finished the game as the stronger team, although they had a big chance as well at the death. But you know, the players certainly look confident coming off the pitch. I think, you know, sometimes when you play against a big opposition, you're the underdog and you're punching a little bit above your weight in terms of a fixture, but you go and give a good account of yourselves. That can be big for the group. You know, the training coming into this game has been really good and strong, so I sense that the players are ready. And you know, this is the stage where we all want to be, and this is the type of opposition we want to test ourselves against. Villarreal are the favourites. They've got Champions League experience. They've got a huge budget. Individual players that are worth close to £20 million. So this is a great test for myself and the players.
Scott, you played your part in that game in Spain. How much encouragement do you take from the way Rangers came back in that game?
Yeah, I think the second half was what we were after. I think the first half, as the gaffer says, we probably gave him a little bit too much respect. But for us, it was a wake-up call into if you're not 100% into these calibre of players, then they pick you off. And certainly in the first half, that's exactly what happened. We got up against them and made it a lot uglier in the second half, and got our just rewards. And another day we could have got something better than the draw.
Scott, you've scored the last couple of games now. Do you feel you're more of a threat, getting in more pockets of space now? Or?
Yeah, I think so. I think obviously with confidence in the whole team, you feel a great part of it. But it's not just an individual getting goals. I think we need to take as much pressure off the number 9 as possible. And thankfully the last couple of weeks I've kind of done that. And getting on and just been given the freedom to make the runs into the box to cause problems. And the back end of that, if you're not the one finishing off, you're making runs to cause problems for other players. So the last couple of weeks have been fantastic team performances, and one under the lights tomorrow. We're going to need to be at 100% to get anything tomorrow. So hopefully we, as a team, we can get something under these lights. And as I say, with this atmosphere that's going to be generated tomorrow, we fully think we're going to cause a lot of problems.
In the last game in Moscow, you're obviously disappointed with some of the defending against this opposition. Is that something you need to tell them again? At this level?
Yeah, at this level you get punished. Individual mistakes get punished. Unit mistakes get punished. And collective mistakes do as well. That's the level of opposition and level of individual player we're up against. So, the Moscow game hopefully was a big learning curve, but of course, it's impossible to defend like we did, and expect to come away with results at this level.
Stephen, is the squad looking at the ins or outs?
Pretty much the same as the last game, so still slightly too soon for Borna, although he's trained for the last 2 days, but I think with him missing a month of football, it's too soon. Ryan Kent's due to be back in full training just after the weekend. I think that's us. Everyone else is available.
Stephen, you've said it a couple of times that you want Ibrox to be a fortress again. How close, obviously unbeaten so far, how close do you think you are to creating a fortress here?
I think it takes a long period of time for it to become a fortress. It's still early days. Of course, our form's really good and strong at home. But I think you judge your home form over the course of a season. So it's important we keep performing very well here, and we'll judge and make a judgment on the word fortress come the end of the season. It's far too early to say Ibrox is a fortress. But, we need to keep making it uncomfortable for teams that come here. And we need a big help from the supporters, certainly tomorrow night, when we're talking about this level of game. Very difficult to get the result we want without the fans tomorrow.
Thanks for that, Fox. Great interview for Stevie Gerrard as normal there, Bridgeman. But if people want to join us and give their thoughts, what's the number?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
When else can they join us, Fox?
On Skype at rangersradio.online, where you can come in and talk about anything about the Rangers.
The famous Glasgow Rangers.
We'll be joined with our first caller of the night. It's JFK. Evening, JFK.
Evening, guys.
Hi, Jimmy. How you doing?
Hi, Bridge. I'm doing fine, thanks. Hope you're all keeping well.
How are you keeping, mate, after your wobbly?
I am alright, mate. I just had a nice rest day yesterday. Thanks for asking. I was at the doctor's and I seem to overdo things,
So what did she say about you overdoing it?
She says I need to use my horns more, Bridge.
Oh, there you go. What can I say?
I like that one, Jimmy. I like that one. Did you enjoy Stephen Gerrard's interview?
I did, mate. I sat and watched it today and I enjoyed listening to it there again. I listened to the start of the show there, guys. I'm the same as yourself, Ox. It's a gimme for me. It's a game that we're not expected to win, but it's good to be there. No, but obviously we want to go out there and support.
You want to win.
Of course we do. Of course we do. We're not going to say that we don't want to win. What we're saying is that we're disappointed, obviously, if we get beat. That without saying. But I mean, we didn't expect to be there. But maybe we should stop saying that and just put ourselves up there. What I did notice today is that we'll know exactly what we've got to do tomorrow night, guys, before the ball's even kicked.
That's really early, isn't it? 4 o'clock or something?
4 o'clock that game kicks off, so we'll know who's got how many points or whatever. We'll still remain third, I suppose, if even if Rapid and Spartak get a draw. But we'll not go into that till tomorrow comes, no. But the gaffer, again, a good interview and that, and he's been honest, and that's what's great about listening to him. You know, he's not going overboard, he's been honest, he's telling us as all as it is, that they've got £20 million players. The average age of their team is 25, 26, you know, but they have got 4 or 5 players between the ages of 32 and 34 who are seasoned professionals. So they've got a good mixture of experience and youth. But I'm confident we can get there tomorrow. I'm like Bridge, the place will be rocking. Fox said that as well. So if it's anything like the Rapid Vienna game, the atmosphere that night is the best I've seen at Ibrox for a long time. So, yeah, looking forward to it. It'll be interesting to see what team the gaffer puts out tomorrow. Obviously,
we'll come to that.
We'll come to that later on. But it's a good position to be in, Ox. You know, I'm going to say that we can only throw it away. We should beat Villarreal at our own ground tomorrow night at Ibrox. I would hope anyway. So I think we could only throw it away. That's my opinion.
If we beat Villarreal, mate, we've come a long way in a short space of time. Anyway, in between courses, we've been joined by Rudy Bear. Evening, Rudy.
Rudy Bear, how are you doing?
Evening, Rudy.
Rudy, before you start, what did you get tonight? What did you have tonight?
Oh, it was beef, big fat chunky beef olives, Bridge.
Beef olives, I love them.
A big pile of creamy mashed potato. Can't go wrong with that, can you?
No, you can't. That's just fabulous.
Hey, veg in that plate.
Well, it was a wee bit of veg with some carrots and peas on it, but I decided to give them a wee bit of a miss, Ox, you know what I'm saying?
Just getting thrown into the olives.
The beef olive mash, a fan of creamy mash, you know what I'm saying? So it was fairly substantial, so I'm pretty
You're
alright.
a bit tubbed in, you're a bit tubbed in it.
Bit tubbed, but that's a good way of putting it, mate.
Bridge, I'd rather keep him for a week than a fortnight.
Oh, my mother used to say, I'd rather keep your 40.
Sure, Mr. Rudy thinks that.
What's your thoughts, Rudy? Did you hear Stevie Gerrard?
Aye, I did, Doc. It's a really good interview once again. Always dead honest. Always enjoy his interviews. Watched it earlier on the day and then just listened to it there again as I come on when he was talking, you know, just as he started playing the interview again. Touched on a few things for us, didn't he? You know, yeah, you'll talk about the team later, obviously. The first game away for me I thought it was a tremendous performance. To go 1-0 down in Spain against Villarreal so early on in the game, Ox, and to
was it 30 seconds or something? 15 seconds?
40 odd seconds or something like that, maybe, whatever it was, you know, and you know, that goal went in, and me and my mate sitting watching it, that goal goes in, the two of us look at each other and go, oh no, here we go, you know. But to put the performance in, especially in the second half that they did, to come from behind twice, and Scotty Arfield could have won, couldn't he? You know, in the last couple of minutes, even though they had a great chance as well to get the win. It was a fantastic performance away from home. I don't think tomorrow night is going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. No, you know, no. I think they're a classy side. They've got some real quality on their side as well, Ox. I think we'll see that tomorrow night from them. I think it'll be a really hard game to get the 3 points. Ibrox will be absolutely stout to their afters, and it'll be absolutely bouncing tomorrow night. So the Bears will be right behind the team. So that should give them a big lift, hopefully. The last time in Moscow was a bit disappointing, really, because if you go away and score 3 goals away from home, you expect to come away with the 3 points, don't you? You know, because it's a substantial scoreline that if you score 3 goals. But to get beat 4-3 was a bit disappointing. We covered that, the shoddy defending that night. Hopefully we don't see any of that tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm. Talking about class, we've been joined by Big Ulster. Evening, big man.
Evening, how are you?
Have you got, before we go any further, mate, you get your money in the meter tonight?
Yes.
Wow, look at that photo in the lobby. Oh my God, it's big beef olives. It's exactly what Rudy had. Wow.
Don't get away with nothing on here, Rudy.
I'm not kidding. Spot on. Creamy mashed potatoes and carrots. Wow.
I think they've overdone the carrots there.
There are too many, is there?
Brilliant.
Take 4 of the carrots away and give an RD forward.
Lovely, lovely. Well done, Butterbean.
Oh, well, neither either, they butter beans.
By the way, Ulster, I'm awful sorry for interrupting you there. I didn't mean it, pal.
Oh,
How we doing, big man?
Not too bad. Well, I was just gonna. Well, I was gonna phone up about the breaking news. I don't know if he's mentioned yet about these 5 charges.
We'll
talk about another time. That's all right.
We'll get a big game tomorrow night. Big game.
I was just about to phone in there. Actually, I got the wee buzz from the Twitter about it. Yeah, but I'm excited for tomorrow's game. Definitely.
Just quite on the charges. I think it's no coincidence we've got a big game tomorrow night, but that's only my personal point of view.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Did you hear Stevie Jenner's interview?
Yes, mate. Heard bits of it. Heard bits.
Very honest, very straightforward. Shame that Big Moran's not going to make it.
Who?
Boran.
Boran.
Aye, I know. But I think we knew, to be honest, didn't we, that he's probably wasn't going to make it. I don't know if he would throw him into that such a big high-profile match like that, you know. Hopefully not be too far away, though. I'm still more concerned about the league, to be honest, but although obviously tomorrow when the match kicks off, we'll be desperate for a victory, you know, no matter who plays on the pitch for us. Mm-hmm. But if we have to hold him back a wee bit to make sure that he doesn't get a recurrent injury, mate, and he's fitter for the rest of the season, if we hold him back for a couple of weeks more, or whatever it has to be, I think that's a good decision.
I think the Aberdeen game could be his game, mate, if I'm being honest.
It'd be great to have him back, wouldn't it? But as long as we don't put him in too quick, because sometimes you end up putting yourself more steps back if you rush people through, you know.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be interesting to find out what the team is going to be tomorrow night. I think it's going to be quite thrilling.
Okay, Bridge, I'll put you on the spot then. What's your team going to be?
Oh, goodness. Don't do that. Well, I think the defence speaks for itself. You just put Flanagan in at left back, to be honest. I don't think you can afford to put Halliday in. I must be honest and say that. I think he's going to be injury anyway from the other night. But I think Flanagan might be a harder player in that position.
Can I just jump in there a wee minute?
Of course, buddy.
Yeah, of course you can.
Do you know what? I don't understand the comments made at the AGM regarding Big Lee. I wouldn't play Flanagan at all, right? And I know Halliday's done well, but why make a comment regarding that he's got better in the position for Lee Wallace? He hasn't at the moment.
Surely that's his opinion, isn't it?
Aye, but what I'm saying, it's his opinion, obviously, Bridge. But we've been watching Lee Wallace longer than he has, and no disrespect to the manager. But if he turns in and says that he's getting better in that position, yes, he probably has with Barisic. But surely he can't be putting Flanagan and Halliday in front of Lee Wallace. I'll tell you something. See if Lee Wallace was fit and he'd been getting some reserve games, I wouldn't have any qualms of throwing him in. But I know that's not going to happen. But I think that I was listening to it and I thought that was a silly statement at the AGM, mate. You know, he's got a lot of respect for Lee Wallace and his 12 months and all that before he came. But if he's saying that he's getting better at a left back position as we stand now, then I'm afraid he's wrong. You know, looking at what we've got.
Do you think he can be telling a wee fib, Jimmy? Is that what you're saying?
Well, obviously, Oxyard, you know, because, I mean, if we watch what Halliday does, and we know that he'll play 110% for us, and he's not done much wrong as that. I'm not on here to slag Halliday, but Flanagan for me is never a left back, and we all know that he is a natural right back. But if a manager says that Lee Wallace is coming through training, and it is, for what I've heard people saying at the Hummel Training Centre, he's training hard every day. So Lee Wallace is the best left back we've got at Ibrox now, out with Barisic. So if he is, then why is he not playing him?
Lee, Jimmy, just to say, George Logan has put something in the lobby there, and what he's saying is he was speaking to Lee Wallace on Saturday, yeah. and he's saying, this is at the game, and and Lee Wallace told him he's still a couple of practice matches away from getting first team fitness.
Right,
That's
okay.
Lee Wallace. According to George, that's Lee Wallace.
Well, about George's information, but that's fine if that's that situation. But I still say that if Lee Wallace is fit, the two left backs he's playing aren't better than Lee Wallace. I would like to see Lee Wallace get another contract, because if he's got talking for two players at every position, then Lee Wallace is a left back, and him and Barisic are there. That's the way I would keep Lee Wallace, but a lot of guys would obviously disagree with that.
There must have been something, Jimmy, though, what's happened behind the scenes, mate. You know what I mean? Something has happened and has not been good. Otherwise,
I can understand that, but what I'm saying is that if Kenny Miller was booted out, right, but Lee Wallace remained there, so was it the instigator, Kenny Miller, and Lee Wallace kind of followed on a bit?
Kenny Miller's contract was up in the summer, and Lee Wallace's is up this summer. So,
we know that. But we know that Kenny Miller's been caught here a couple of times for giving information to certain parties, and I'm glad he's gone. I hate Kenny Miller with a vengeance, because he played for the puddle drinkers. I know he scored some good goals for Rangers, but I hate him with a vengeance. All that badge kissing doesn't wash with me. But I still stand by what... What's that? I know. Anyway, I know it's probably going to be Flanagan. I know.
But look, Jimmy, if you need an opinion, I think is to sit and play at the left back position. It's no Andy Halliday and Flanagan. It's not their first choice positions.
No, of course it's not.
They're only covering the squad, man. I get what you're saying. I'm not the greatest fan of Lee Wallace as a fullback, if I'm being honest. Works hard, but I don't think he's the greatest defender, in my opinion. But we've also been joined by Ben. Evening, Ben.
Evening, mate. How you doing?
I'm all right. Yourself?
I'm very, very well. Thank you for asking.
You looking forward to the ball game?
I am indeed looking forward to the ball game. I'm a little bit worried about Bakambu, though. I heard he might have been injured. I'm not sure if we can confirm.
I've heard two different things, mate. One that he's all right, and one that he was injured. So we'll find out tomorrow night about 8 o'clock.
Who are we speaking about?
Bakambu.
You know who he is, Bridge.
Danger man.
Bridge.
Hello, pal.
You know who that is, don't you?
No.
We don't study the opposition on here, Ben.
Oh, okay. That's fair enough.
How much did they pay for him, Ben?
Bakambu?
Yeah.
I think it was in the region of 15 million. But I cannot for the life of me remember where they got him from. I just remember him being a pay steamer on FIFA, and then I think, crap, he's coming up against us. Brilliant.
Well, forgive me, Ben. I was wondering what you were speaking of. You're obviously, now I realise it, you're obviously speaking about a Villarreal player who might be injured. It might be injured, and you're very happy about that, yeah?
Exactly.
Right, okay, pal. It took me a wee while, so I'm a bit old, so forgive me.
Keep up, Bridge.
I know. Okay, it's very, very hard. Very hard.
Rudy Bear.
Yeah.
I made a statement at the start of the show. It's a free hit. I didn't expect us to get this far. Everything's a bonus. Obviously, I want us to win the game and hope we do. We've came a long way in a short space of time.
No, half. I mean, we've got 2 games left in this group section, Villarreal and Vienna, and we're on the verge of qualifying for the last 32 if the results, if the team can get the results to go their way. What an amazing achievement it would be, Ox. I, like yourself, I suppose like most players, but like yourself, Ox, I never thought for a minute we would qualify for the group section. I thought improvement for me would have been, a couple of good performances, get through a couple of qualifying rounds, and I thought we'd come up against a team, an outfit that we just wouldn't be able to get past. Never saw us getting into the group section, but now that we're in the group section, I want us to get out of the group section now. As far as a free hit goes, if we don't qualify, we've got 2 games to go, right? If we don't qualify out of the groups, I'll be a wee bit disappointed. I will. I can't say I won't be, because I will be a wee bit disappointed. But like we've said many a time on here, we know what the main prize is. We know what the big prize is for every Rangers supporter on the planet, Ox, you know. And maybe it would just allow them to concentrate on that a wee bit more, because up until now, they've played some amount of football up to now. They really have, since the qualifiers started, you know. So as far as a free hit goes, is it a free hit? I don't know. Can you ever say a Rangers team playing in Europe is a free hit? I don't know. I'm not so sure I would go as far as to say a free hit, but I get your sentiment, Ox. I know what you mean. Aye.
And this is what 13th game in Europe, was that right?
Big. And what a massive amount of games, really. Yeah, I think really up to now, you know, the amount of games they've played has just been amazing. And, you know, in a lot of games they've had to come back, you know, long distance on a Thursday and play on a Sunday. Doesn't give them much time for rest and recuperation. So I wouldn't imagine in that, you know, as far as, you know, that short space of time goes for the Thursday and the Sunday, they get much of an opportunity to do much coaching and stuff like that and prepare for the next game coming up. You know, and when you look at where we're sitting in the league just now, you know, a few weeks ago we were disappointed with some of the results that we've had. We should have done a wee bit better, especially away from home. We're only sitting 2 points off the top with a game in hand, our Hearts, you know. So at this point in time, I'm pretty happy with the way things are gone. If we could get that win tomorrow night, it would just be the cherry on the cake for me, to be honest.
I'm going to have a guess. I'm going to have a guess that Ben, your phone is buzzing, mate. Can you put it on mute? We don't get that many phone calls on here.
Hold on. I'll put it on airplane. I did have it on mute.
Throw out the window.
Put it on airplane, just launch it.
You better explain to Bridge what that is, airplane mode.
I know. Imagine giving your phone to Bridge. Would you put that in airplane mode? No problem, Walter. Wang.
No bother at all. No matter. Can I just say, when speaking to what Rudy was talking about there, and in my opinion, looking at it now, and obviously we can look back because we're in a better state, but a year ago, or more than a year ago, all we could do is, in the words of Oasis, all we could do was look back in anger at the European fiasco that we had last year. And we look at us now, 12 months down the line, we're speaking here about hoping that we can play ourselves into get 3 points tomorrow, even a draw, to keep us in contention to go through out of the group stages of the Europa League. That is just unbelievable. When you make the comparison, it's just unbelievable. And I'm so glad I'm a Rangers fan. So glad. I'm in there tomorrow night. Mollicate them.
See, as far as qualifying out the groups goes, though, Ops, you know, we didn't do ourselves any favours with the last two results against Moscow, because both of the games there we could have won. We could have won both of the games. We really could have done.
There was a couple of big moments in the games. Teresa right in the last kick of the ball, and obviously we get the goal chopped off just before half time. Perfectly good goal.
You're in there 4-2 at half time, Ox. It's a different game for me. It's as simple as that, you know. So there's a bit of bad luck, you know, because I think we could have come away with the 3 points there and been in such a better position right now, you know. So it's been a wee bit, it's not been great in the last two games. The results of we've only picked up 1 point for 6. But I don't have any doubt if they go there and they give it their all tomorrow night, if they can get that 3 points tomorrow night, a huge result, Ox. It really would be huge.
All right, I'm going to take this through the panel. I'm going to start with Fox. As far as the league campaign is concerned, has this been a good thing and a bad thing, the European run? Fox?
I think it's been a good thing. I think it's helped to gel the side together. It's given them a bit of confidence playing against a good class of opposition. I think it's been good, Ox.
All right, fair comment. Bridgeman?
I think it's been brilliant for us, for the club, for the team. Look what we've done with the players, how they've got experience, just marvellous experience. It's been great for us,
And for the league campaign?
It's been great for Rangers all round. It's helped us in the league campaign.
All right, okay. You don't think we'd have more points?
No.
Okay. JFK?
I think it's been wonderful for us. I think the European campaign has gelled us as a team, and I think it was probably one of the hardest pre-season that the players have ever had, because of the games that they had to play before they actually got to the league campaign. And I don't think we could have done any better in the league. We done the first 2 games. We're not going to give them a game, but we know what happened. But we're 2 points behind the puddle drinkers, so that can't be all bad. And if things go the way we hope they go this week, next year, we could be top of the league, and we could be in the next group of the knockout stages of Europa League. Dreams come true, mate. Dreams come true.
All right, okay, really better.
It would be a fantastic weekend, as Jimmy said. You know, if you're sitting at the top of the league and you beat Villarreal at home, you get yourself into the last 32 of the Europa League, smashing weekend that would be. But as far as the league's concerned, I think it's been a good thing, Ox, to be honest. You know, Jimmy and Fox just touched on it there. It's helped to bring the players. I mean, it was almost a brand new team, wasn't it? You know, so they had to play these games early in the season, which was pretty much like a hard pre-season for them. You know, probably came up against better teams than they might have played in the pre-season. So for me, it's probably been a good thing, Ox. You know, but I still have this thing in the back of my mind that if we do fail to qualify for the last 32, it'll properly give us a chance to concentrate on the league after Christmas. You know, but in general, I think it's been a good thing.
All right, Big Ulster.
Yeah, I think it's been a good thing as well. I think it's been an extra 14 or 15 games. I said 15 games for us to help a team that's newly formed together gel. It's also given them confidence that they can go to places like Villarreal and get results. They can, your Rapids at home, etc., and Spartak at home. You know, so it's proved to the team that they're good enough to put themselves up against these sides and they haven't embarrassed themselves at all. You know, we were unlucky. We played pretty poor defensively in the last game and got a defeat. But in the main, I thought we were very good, and that must have brought a lot of confidence to the team.
Man?
It started off as a great thing because whilst every other team was coming in for the start of the season, we pretty much, as someone did say before, had a pre-season in the Europa League against tough opposition. Not the best calibre of teams, but still not the worst. Did play a Champions League standard team in Maribor and played them off the field. But the further that we go, the worse it gets for our league campaign. I don't want that to be overlooked here. Think about what happened back in 2007. The SFA had the chance to help us out. Of course, they refused to, leading to Barry Ferguson recently having a little outburst whilst thinking about the past. The further that we develop into the competition, the worse it does get for us in the league. The more tired that we'll become, and it gets to the point we'll have to focus on one or the other. Otherwise, both will fall through. So it's something that we need as a club. We very much need great progress, but we also need the flexibility, the depth within our squad in order to cope with that.
All right, yeah, thanks for that. I think I know where you're coming to there, Ben, but all I would say was we're going to have nearly a month off shortly, and then the ties don't start to run about March again, so there's a bit of a break, but I get your point. We've also been joined by George Logan. Evening, George.
Hi, how you doing, boys? All right?
All right, George, how you doing, mate? What's on your mind, mate?
Just what you were talking about there, Ox, about the has it been too much games or things like that for us. I think I came on here a few weeks ago, or maybe a couple of months ago actually, and says, I'm not fit to deny it. I said I would have been happy to go to the group stage before the group stage and concentrate in the league in that, Ox. But the results have went our way, as in we've played well, we've held the head up high, Ox, in the league and in the cup. And now I think that realistically, going through to the next round has probably been a great thing for us. Or going through the group stage has probably been a good thing for it to get the team all gelled together. But at the time, Ox, I thought it was probably too many games for a young team to put together at that time, if you know what I mean. But looking back now, I mean, we've had some great results. Confidence, probably better as well. We did have better results in the in Europa League than we did in the league for a wee while, Ox. So I think it's been a great thing and a great learning curve for a lot of the guys. And a lot of folks say about guys being on loan and things like that. A lot of the players, I think 4 or 5 guys on loan, which is fair enough, but a lot of the guys are still our players that are going to be there next year, Ox. Hopefully going for the Champions League or going for the Europa League again. So it's all confidence. I think it's been a great thing for us. But I didn't think that a few months ago, Ox, if you know what I mean.
Aye, George, I get everybody's point. I mean, look, you don't know. I mean, it's all right saying if we hadn't played the games, we would have won the games, but you don't know. If we hadn't played them, we might have lost the games. We might have won. it's all hypothetical, you know. I think for the support, it's been a great thing. I think for the exposure to the club, the manager and the learning curve, the bonding of the players. It's only sometimes it's came thick and fast for us, and we've not quite been ready for it. One of the games that looked tired for me was the home game against Kilmarnock. I don't know why, but we just looked off the pace that night, and you wonder sometimes if it catches up with you, but you'll never be able to answer if you hadn't been in Europe, would you win that game, you know? But I think for the club, overall, Bridgman, it's a good thing, yeah?
For me, I can't say it. I can't say it enough. Seriously, it's so good to go to Ibrox and sit there and watch your team, even when we're sometimes not playing as well as we think we could play, where it's great. The atmosphere is just fantastic. The people are just over the moon with it all, in my opinion. But of course, we have to be open for small criticisms, and there are some folk who, quite rightly in their mind, they're saying, no, I would rather we concentrated totally on one competition and just get put at the other. I personally know that type of person. You've got a club, you've got a football team, whatever competition you're in, you're going to try and win the game. It's a 90-minute slot or a two-leg affair. No matter what it is, you're going to go, and every time you go out the pitch, you're going to try and win that game. And that's the way I look at it. And I think Rangers are doing really well.
Yeah. Ulster, we've also got the pound, shillings and pence factor that's been very good for us,
Exactly, mate. I think Dave King had said that yesterday. You know, last season when we were put out so early, that really affected things. And I think some of the board members had to dig deep again. So I think this will be really good for us. Hopefully, as we come to transfer windows, you know, if there's a wee bit of a kitty there, hopefully Stevie G's rewarded with some, since he's done so well and overachieved. I think he's done better than what most of us would have thought, and we've got farther than most of us would have thought, to be honest. I thought we'd maybe just not make the groups, but I was hoping we'd do well in the quality, you know, at least in the knockouts. But we've done fantastic to get ourselves this far, and it's also good for the players because I think Tavernier and Andy Halliday, who have been there, both of them for a few seasons now, and they have said that the game against Rapid at Ibrox was the most incredible atmosphere they've ever heard at Ibrox. So hopefully for them and the rest of the squad, it gives them the appetite to, if they perform in the big games, then there'll be more of those nights that they can enjoy.
Yeah, good points, mate. Fox, the revenue's important, huh?
Money's always important for us, but it's more for the fans. I like these games, mate. It's like, say, I'll speak for myself, going to see good European teams coming to Ibrox. Whatever the result, mate, as long as we have a go and don't just sit back and admire Villarreal, which I think we did at the start of the game over there. They haven't got a Raquelme or a Diego Forlan this visit like they had back in 2006. But they'll have decent enough players. I heard Stephen Gerrard today saying about some of their players are worth 20 million, so they'll be a good side. But as long as, for me personally, as long as we have a good go tomorrow night, it's the old song goes, win, lose or draw, mate. I want to enjoy myself there. If we win, I'll be ecstatic. If we don't manage to pull off a result, as long as I'm entertained, I'll be quite happy.
I just say, here, Foxy, that's exactly the way I feel. I want to go to Ibrox and I want to watch my team, and I want to watch my team playing. And as long as they play and do everything they can, I don't mind getting beat with better teams or a better tactical team on the night as well. You've got to take that into account. But really and truly, we don't want to go there and no try, basically. We want to go out there and win. Play well and win.
One thing that can be accused of this team I've got has been attitude and effort, GFK. But there's been games where we've maybe not played well, but you can't take away the attitude. I think that comes from the man at the side right enough.
100%, mate. They showed that in the Rapid Vienna game. I thought the way they started that game was absolutely wonderful. We played some scintillating football, you know, and it was good to watch, and everybody was dying for the jersey, and that's what you want to see, fighting for the jersey. Like Fox, I mean, I'd be ecstatic to become aware of more and a win, no matter how big or small a win it is, as long as we win. Look, the players need to go tomorrow and enjoy it. Enjoy the moment. This is a chance for them to create a bit of history for Rangers, because everybody wanted us to drop down whatever way, they didn't want us being here. They hate that Rangers are in this position, We're all loving it and they hate it. So let's the players go out there tomorrow and entertain us good and go out there and fight for the jersey. Because we'll be screaming at the side to egg them on, and let's hope that they perform the way we know they can. And there's a few players in there that a couple of times have hidden a wee bit, but tomorrow night they need to do the same as they did with Rapid Vienna. And we'll probably talk about the team later on, but we need players that are going to get in and fight for the ball. And that's what we're needing. This is a good team we're playing tomorrow. Let's make no bones about it. Whether they cost 20 million or 2 million, they're a good team. They're 16th in the league in Spain. That's a false place for them. We've got our work cut out tomorrow night. So let's the guys go tomorrow night and perform to the best of their ability. If they do that, then they'll get no moans off us.
Michael Ulster, before I go to Rudy, could you actually find out what the odds are for tomorrow night for us?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah. Rudy, we're a development team, young team. Not that young when McGregor's playing and obviously Kyle Lafferty and then Gareth McCullough. But we've got a lot of boys that are earning their stripes. And the development of the team and the management team can only be a good thing for us going forward.
100%, you're right, Ox. I mean, you've got to remember Steven Gerrard's, he's been a manager for, 4 months, 5 months so far, and what an achievement it would be tomorrow night if he gets that one. The team can manage to get the one. But it's a huge learning curve to the one making mistakes. He's already done that. He's made mistakes. We've talked about it on here, and you just have to put up with that just now. He told us there'd be bumps along the way. So as far as Europe's concerned, and as far as the league campaign's concerned, he'll make mistakes. He has to learn from them, though. He's a Rangers manager now. He's manager at a huge club, and up to now, he hasn't done much wrong, in my opinion. We can talk about the League Cup semi-final. We should have won that game. We were the better team, had bulk of possession. There was mistakes made there, as well. But as he did say, bumps along the way. That's going to happen. Tomorrow night, for me, if we can get that one tomorrow night, but as Jimmy says, we're up against a good side. They're going to really have to go for it tomorrow night for the full 90 minutes, in my opinion, to get the 3 points, to get that one that we so really, really want right now, because that would be an amazing result if we could do that tomorrow night, But he's learning. He's learning game to game. His coaching staff are learning game to game. They're learning how to take teams. But what they have brought with them, in my opinion, guys like Steven Gerrard and Gary McAllister, is they've brought that great European experience with them, though. And I think that's one of the reasons why we have done well in Europe this season, is because they've brought that with them. They know how to go away and play away from home in Europe, and and they know what it means, to get these wins and to get these good results in Europe. So I think that's been a big part of the European success, that as such as it is so far. I think that's been a big part of it this season, Ox, is the European experience, like Gary McAllister and Steven Gerrard have brought with them,
So Ben?
I'm actually quite confident about tomorrow. I had a good feeling about it for a little while now, the way that Villarreal have been playing, and everyone's spot on, absolutely spot on in saying that Villarreal are a top team and a fourth place in the league. But they're a very, very inconsistent team just now. And Steven Gerrard's right, there are a couple players worth 20 million plus. But here's the catch. If Morelos, right, if you take him out as he is now, if you whacked him in that team, his value would also be 20 million. It's just because he's in the Scottish Premier League that he's not. The same goes for people like Candeas. I genuinely believe these people would be worth that much if they weren't playing for our club, which is a shame. It genuinely is, but that's the way it has been and always has been for us, and we kind of have to live with that. But I've had a really good feeling about tomorrow. I'm not going to go anxious. I think we've got to win.
We move on, and Bridge. We're getting myself ready for the game, and I can't see any change in the setup of the team. 4-3-3, and we've not got the ball up becomes 4-5-1. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, and I'm hopeful that we can slot in the Macaulay and Goldson centre back pairing. I hope that happens for them. Obviously, with the left back not being available, I'm hoping that let's say Flanagan, someone with a bit of strength, goes in there. I'm not saying that Flanagan's the best left back in the world, not by a long way, but he's what we've got. I think Halliday would prove to be a kind of weak at that level. He might be better playing in a sort of defensive mid area if he's going to play at all. However, in saying all these things, really and truly, my heart's just pumping. I'm just desperate to get to Ibrox tomorrow night and see my team put on a show, because that's what we need to do. We need to go and put on a show. This team, they've got that boys at Santi Cazorla. He used to play with Arsenal.
Yeah.
Is that his name, Santi Cazorla? I think it is.
He's done.
He was done when he played against us again with Villarreal last time. He was absolutely excellent against us.
Just talk him down.
We need to watch what we're doing, and that guy can play football, can pass a beautiful ball. So we need to watch what we're doing with these. I don't know any of the other players, so forgive me, but I just want our team to go out and just show the world what we can do. And there's a lot of people in this country. If we win this game tomorrow night, a lot of people in this country will be absolutely raging.
Do you think we'll get the credit if we get a result, Rudy?
I wouldn't imagine so. I mean, we got that great result, the 3-1 win against Maribor, and I think, for the stuff I was hearing and seeing, and for the certain media outlets in this country, the first goal, I can't remember what it was. The first goal was offside, the second one was never a penalty, and the third one was a handball. So much for promoting Scottish teams and Scottish football, eh? So, no, I wouldn't imagine so. It'll be all sorts of stuff about Villarreal centre second string, or, there was all sorts of reasons why Rangers won. Rangers never get credit for any performance in Europe. We've seen that, repeatedly. But does it matter? It doesn't matter to me. I couldn't care less what they think. It's only what we think about Rangers that matters to me. But no, I wouldn't imagine so. But it would really stick in their throat tomorrow night, Ox, if Rangers could get that one against a really classy outfit like Villarreal. They might be sitting 16th in the La Liga just now, but that's, as Jimmy said, that's a false position for them, because they've got some cracking players. They've spent some big money on some big players. There's probably 4 or 5 of that Villarreal team that you wouldn't mind seeing wearing a blue jersey at Ibrox, So for me, if we could get that 3 points tomorrow night, get that win, even if we just scrape that 1-0 win against them, I'll take that. I don't care how the ball goes into the net, deflection, whatever. I'll take it just for the sake of getting that one. And you'll see a lot of spewing come Friday morning in the papers, in my opinion.
Well, the papers aren't going to help us, Rudy. When you go, Big?
I was just going to say, I can't agree more. I think that there's a lot of folks say a lot of things about Rangers and the negative, and all of them, every single one of them, should be taken to task by the authorities. We, Rangers, we'll talk about it another night, I take it, but we've just been charged of bringing the game into disrepute because we said the referee wasn't doing his job. And yet you look around about the pundits who say things about Rangers and other clubs, and it's just absolutely shocking that they're not pulled up. How can a pundit who works for a television company and he's got a column in a paper turn in and say, I hope Rangers got pumped? What's happening? Obviously didn't like us. Sorry guys, I digress there.
Are we all worried what Mr. Sutton says? Anybody?
Oh God, no. I don't think anybody cares. No. I just mean there's the authorities stepped in. Rangers said something, made a statement, blah, blah, blah. They've got 5 charges against them. That guy comes out in the papers and on telly and he says all the things that he wants to say and all the things that the Celtic supporters want to hear, and he just trashes Rangers.
It's good points that you make, Bridge, but I think we should put that aside for another night, because I think we'd all rather talk up the Gers for tomorrow.
Yes, Bob. All I'm saying is...
No, you're right, you're 100%. I saw it there, and I know that...
I don't expect any positives from any pundits in any shape or form, media, press, anywhere. None of them will say anything good for us.
It's the old saying, no one likes us, we don't care. I couldn't give a hoot about what they do tomorrow or what... No, I said this a few nights ago, you know, forget what they do. Let's concentrate on what we do. If we win every game 1-0, including tomorrow night, leading up to the December the 29th when we play the Puddle Drinkers, that'll do me. Let's concentrate on what we know and hope that we can do tomorrow night, and let's hope we get a win. And if they win, lose or draw tomorrow, I couldn't give a monkeys. It doesn't interest me in the slightest. That's why now I don't buy their papers, because it's full of I nearly swore there, Ox, it's full of absolute garbage. So let's not go down that road with them. Let's talk up the Gers. Big game tomorrow.
Jimmy.
Big
You're
game
not
tomorrow.
Sudoku man then, Jimmy, no?
No, I can't even spell crossword, mate, so there you go. But no, the tomorrow night's game is, I'm like yourself, Bridge. I'm excited about tomorrow. I don't care what the weather's like. I'll be in my usual place tomorrow night and roaring the teddy bears on, and let's hope that the team perform the way we know they can. We know we've got a couple of anomalies in the left back position, but whoever's playing in that position, let's hope that they play to their full potential, because I'm hoping that by come the 90 minutes or whatever, how long the game lasts, that we all come out there with a big smile on our face, and then we'll see what happens in the papers the next day. But you know what? I couldn't care less.
I saw Big Ulster put some odds out. Did you put the odds out, Ulster? I just saw them flashing up.
They're in there if any of you want to read them out there. I posted them all up for you.
Oh, have you forgotten already? What price this? I fancy this bet. Flanagan first goal.
Flanagan first goal.
I
love it.
I did see one good bet though. I don't know if it's a good bet, but it's probably one of the better ones. Morella's to score, Rangers to win, and both teams to score was 7-1.
Oh, 71. Should be 71. George, you're looking forward to tomorrow night's game. When you think of all the crap we've watched, win, lose or draw, Glasgow Rangers story, but we're getting there, mate.
That's it. I mean, see what Jimmy just said there. That's the kind of thing that makes hair stick up in the back of my neck. Let's be honest about it. We're 100% honest about it. They have got the more superior team on paper, but then playing paper, the more it's got to be 12 against 11. No matter what happens, the atmosphere has got to be incredible for the very second they players come out in that part tomorrow. We're going to have to stand up to it. They're going to have to stand up to it. And I've given us every chance, Simone. I really do. Like I say, at the start of this group stage, I probably say if we take 2, maybe 4 points of this, we'll be doing well. And it just goes to show you, Kim, you get further in, and you think to yourself, we can actually do something here. Teams are actually starting to fear us. Folk are starting to look up. I couldn't give a damn what anybody else in Scottish football thinks about us, Ox. I couldn't honestly give a damn. I've never even thought about it once. And by the way, we all spoke about it on here. What's the way to shut the guys up is to keep winning games. And I think that since then we've kept winning games and we're beating people, hammering people. Teams that deserve it, Motherwell got one off us, they've got an office tanking off us, and the other team's got to get off us, and it's going to come, Ox, and people's got to start fearing coming to Ibrox again, the way it should be. They've came to Ibrox the last few years and they've just laughed at us and made a joke of us and things like that because we were a bit of a joke for a while. Now we're coming back and they've got to start fearing Ox, and I think if we get through this next group stage, there's going to be one hell of a kick in the teeth for a lot of people in Scottish football.
Here, George, here.
Anyway, gentlemen. We've reached that time of the evening, if you don't mind going on mute, unless you want to sing it as a joint choir tonight, the night's tune. Go on mute, and we'll have a song for your folks.
Sing and march marching on through the years of history, heads held on high, how far the jersey they would do or die. Oh, fight, fight for right, play the game with a badge of glory. Win, lose or draw, well, that's a Glasgow Rangers story. See them march on, banners high as they fly before you, loyal and true. On the way to cheer the boys in blue, oh, follow they will, marching on through the song of glory. Win, lose or draw, well, that's the Glasgow Rangers story. Have you seen the Glasgow Rangers? Have you seen the boys in blue? Well, they're admired by all who know them. If you knew them, so would you. For they have played in Monaco, they have played in the USA, but the greatest game in history is the game on New Year's Day. For it's a home of famous heroes, and their praises they have been sung. Willie Waddle, Tory Gaelic, Alan Morton and George Young. And when all my life has ended, and when death has made its mark, will you scatter all my ashes on the slopes of Ibrox Park? And with the angels I'll be singing, up in heaven there up above, I'll be singing, follow, follow, to the Rangers that I love. And with my flute I will be playing in the valleys and the glens. I'll be happy and contented when the Rangers win again. See them march on, marching on through the years of history. It's head on high, oh, for the jersey they would do or die. Fight, fight for right, play the game with a badge of glory. Win, lose or draw, well, that's a Glasgow Rangers story. See them march on, banners high as they fly before you, loyal and true. On the way to cheer the boys in blue, oh, follow they will, marching on through the songs of glory. Win, lose or draw, well, that's a Glasgow Rangers story. Win, lose or draw, well, that's a Glasgow Rangers story.
Bridgeman? Bridge?
Hi, pal, excuse me. Just get my breath back. Just get my breath back. Ah, it's brilliant. What's dancing in the hallway in the Lombard? It's brilliant.
Have you got that CD? That's the Fox. That's the Blue Note CD, is it? Is that after Blue Note CD?
As indeed, mate.
That's brilliant, by the way. That was
some
superb.
tone to his voice, a big year, isn't he?
Oh, what a singer! What a singer! I wouldn't like to come on and try and sing after him. Oh, brilliant. Just brilliant.
Are we all back, gentlemen?
Yep.
Oh, gentlemen, sorry about that, Jim. I apologise.
I was going to sing for you there, but I'll no bother.
Go for it, Jimmy. Go for it, pal.
Nah, you're all right. I'm shy. Hey, 10 pints and I can sure it. Ah, here you go. Oh dear.
All right. So the team tomorrow night, we'll go round the panel. Your team. Know what you think the team will be. You're picking the team tomorrow. Obviously, we've got people. Does it look as if we've got a left back? So we pick the team. We'll start with the brains, their outfit. Young Ben, how we doing, Ben? Give us your team.
It's starting for me. Damn
Yeah,
it.
well,
It's got to hope that someone else will take the fall first. So basically, I always feel bad when I don't say Fotheringham for a cup game, but I'd stick with McGregor personally. Left back, anyone but Flanagan. I'm hearing that Borna Barisic is cup tied throughout the whole thing. Is that right? Is that correct?
It was incorrect. He set up one of the goals in Villarreal the last time.
The only goal?
He set up one. He crossed the ball in for Lafferty, didn't he?
Yep. So he did. Spot on. Yeah, no, sorry, because I was discussing before. And I know that...
Call yourself a supporter, Ben. Come on.
I'm sorry, mate. I'm not Jeep. He's the one that has all the facts on this kind of stuff. But yeah, no, I was thinking that I'd like to see Barisic involved in the team more when he's fit, when he's fine. Someone mentioned Lee Wallace. People keep on saying he's injured, but I don't believe that for a second. I really don't believe it. I think his time's up. But personally, I despite the game, I give him a run out purely because Flanagan most likely will be played at left back, but any pace and he's done. Two centre backs. Personally, I wouldn't mind seeing Macaulay and Goldson together. I think they complement each other nicely. That being said, Joe Worrell did very well against Villarreal, so wouldn't be too offended if he's in the team. But because of his comments, can't see him in there again. I think, again, it's crucial that we keep the midfield, and the forwards as close as we can to the last time we played Villarreal. It was very successful. For me, the only thing that we should have changed is the defence. So that's pretty much all that I'm changing.
All right. George, what's your team bit? Oh, we've lost George, have we?
He's on mute, so I don't know. He might be away. He might be away.
Are you going to Sheraton for that bridge?
No, but he might be away somewhere, you know.
He might be away. Big Ulster, what's your team, mate? Then Rudy.
Well, obviously McGregor and Nets.
Yeah, I think we all agree on that, yeah?
We're all agreed on that, I'm sure. Yeah. I'd prefer Holiday at left back than Flanagan, to be honest.
It's all about opinions, aye?
That's being honest. Macaulay, Goldson, Tavernier. I'd go with Jack, Jaria, and Artfield. And up front, Moreles, Candias, because of his hard work. And on the left, I think it'd probably be Middleton. I don't know, I was a toss-up between him and Gresda, but I think I'd start with Middleton.
All right, okay. All right, Rudy Bear?
Same team. Exact same team for me. I dread to put Flanagan in at left back because his performances recently, he's just not been doing it. He's just not done it recently for me. And I think they would. But see, then I think if you put Halliday at left back, I think they'll target that side of the park anyway. I would think, and whoever plays on the left, whether it be Middleton or Gresda, because I do think Candace will start on the right, whether it be Middleton or Gresda on the left, you're going to have to get back, put a big shift in, help the full back out, whoever it happens to be, whether it's Flanagan or Halliday. But I would go with the same team Big Ulster's just mentioned there.
All right, mate. Bridgeman.
I'd go with the same team with the exception of the Flanagan in at left back. Mm-hmm. The reason that I put Flanagan in, he's never had anybody that I know of anyway. He's never had anyone that can help him from a central defensive perspective. I think the combination of Macaulay and Goldson it leads to a bit of calmness at the back, and Goldson closer to Flanagan will help Flanagan get more, for me anyway. That's the way I look at it. But obviously we know there's a big weakness with Flanagan, and it's not a personal weakness. He's a right back. If he's going to play anyway, he's a right back. But he might get enough confidence playing alongside Golson to be able to do things.
Just playing devil's advocate, if we move Flanagan to right back and he's playing at right back, does his lack of pace disappear?
No, obviously not right at this moment in time. You can't compare Flanagan to an athlete, for me anyway, right. An athlete like Tavernier. Tavernier is very fast over the ground and he loves running. You just watch the guys moving with the ball. Not that he's the greatest player in the whole world, but he loves running up with the ball, and he can run 30, 40 yards with the ball at his feet and hardly break breath, and still finish with half-decent crosses and things like that. So I don't think Flanagan's as good as him, but I do think he's a good reserve right back. But at the moment, he's probably the only one that we've got that can fill the left back spot. And I'm not meaning anything against Andy Halliday at all in that case. We're going to be playing against a really good quality team, in my opinion. And if they target the right back spot, then we need somebody to be able to help out there.
All right. Fox.
McGregor in goal, Tav, Goldson, Macaulay, and I would play Flanagan in the first half and let him get a few tackles into Santi Cazorla. Maybe he can give him a wee nobble, and once he gets shown up for pace, I'd bring Halliday on in the second half.
There?
Aye, give him a good wee kicking, Middle three is the same three that started on Saturday. Would be Jack, Carrier and Arfield. I would bring Gresdal on the left, Candias on the right and Morelos up front.
What's your thinking with Gresdal, mate?
I just think he's got more experience in Middleton for me,
I don't know.
And he gets himself into good positions in the box, as we've seen in the last few games, Nothing against Glenn Middleton, but maybe come on in the second half if Gresda isn't doing it, mate. That's the way it looks to me.
Right, I don't know. Everybody picked Macaulay to a man there, so I think it's only right if you maybe go on mute. We'll hear from Big Ulster's hero, Gareth Macaulay.
Yeah, it would be special, the games that I've been at under the lights at Ibrox, and the atmosphere is absolutely electric. So, given the chance to play, it would be a fantastic occasion to be involved in. Obviously, they're a good side, and I watched the game when we played them out there, and we've done very well with it. So hopefully I'll be positive going forward.
European football is something that's missing. Is that one of the main reasons that you wanted to come here to Rangers?
Yeah, it's part of it. The whole thing about the club, the whole structure of the club, where the club is sort of going, the direction it's going in, and being as a fan from the outside, wanting to be a part of it. Being honest, it's probably the only place I come to that would give me the buzz to really enjoy my football, and I'm really enjoying my time here. It's been hard work getting up to the levels that are needed. So hopefully I can push on and try and be more involved within the team.
How have you found the standards in training? Obviously, Mark Allen, the manager, they talk about high standards every day. Do you think they're maybe comparable to what you've been used to in the Premier League?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, the facility here is unbelievable. It's got everything. Any player needs, any young player needs to develop. The preparation, the information you get about the teams. Everything's here to develop. I've been really impressed with it, and we've got good players, and we've got good young players as well that are going to develop into very good players for this club.
You got the 90 minutes against Austria in the Nations League. How beneficial was that for you as you build up your fitness?
Yeah, massively. It was quite an intense game as well, so it was good to be involved in that, and sort of distance wise and stuff and things like that. I felt really comfortable in the game. So yeah, it was a good box to tick for myself. Just sort of mentally as well, going forward, as I've played sort of reserve games and behind closed doors and played 90s and that, so to know that I'm fit enough to go the distance and feel comfortable with that there was a big positive for myself.
I know the Nations League was disappointing for you guys, but you've got the opportunity in the regular qualifying to make it to Euro 2020. You had a fantastic experience at Euro 2016. Is that driving you guys on if we want to do that again?
Massively, yeah. For myself, to play in one finals was unbelievable, but the big thing about it was that we didn't want to go another 30 years, if you like, before we reached another finals and another sort of whole generation. So that's the plan over the next sort of 18 months, the qualification. Young players were better into it, exposed to international football and the levels that are required and the preparation and the travel and everything involved in it throughout the Nations League, and that'll hopefully stand us in good stead, and obviously the luck of the draw. We would like a favourable draw, but the plan is to try and get to 2020.
The fact you scored, I guess, what's become one of the most iconic goals in Northern Ireland history against Ukraine last time out. How do you deal with the fact that, I guess, that follows you about? Everyone wants to talk about it, and it's what you'll be remembered for when you eventually retire. I've not been caught up in it. I've wanted to improve, to move on, to get the next thing, the next one, and that's how I've sort of always been throughout my career. And it'll be something in years' time I'll look back on it and probably smile a lot more than I do now. But obviously, yeah, very proud of that, and that. But it's the next thing, and it's the progression and moving forward and developing and learning more stuff about the game. And just finally, how you found adapted to life as a Rangers player? Of course, you played for some great clubs and big clubs, but I guess nothing like the scrutiny, etc., that you face here.
Yeah, it's a different challenge. It's a challenge that I wanted, and I've said before, I played in the Premier League, but success in the Premier League was staying in the league, and we had years of doing that, and this is different. You come here and you win to win things, and seconds nowhere. So it's a different type of pressure, but it's something that I wanted to do, and it's something to thrive on, to try and win, to try and drive forward, to try and put silverware in the trophy cabinet and be a part of this successful club.
Big Ulster.
What a man.
He's going to be I'll tell you now, he's going to be a manager as well when he hangs up his boots.
He's very good, yeah. I think that's something he's alluded to before, actually, in interviews, that he would like to. So you could maybe see him in the coaching staff at some time. Maybe not at Rangers, maybe somewhere else, maybe at Rangers, I don't know. Help teach the young ones, centre backs. But yeah, he's right. The guy asking the question is right. He has legendary status after that goal. I was lucky to be there that day. What a legend. Yeah. So excited that he's with us at Rangers, and I hope he gets the trophy in the cabinet that he wants.
Yeah. Obviously, it's a big ask at this stage of his career, but so far so good.
Big ask, exactly. But as he said himself, he doesn't want to. He's done great things in the Premier League. He's had a successful career down there, and as he said, that goal for Northern Ireland. But as he said himself, even though he's at that age, he still is striving for more and for better. And hopefully, we all hope that he can do that with Rangers.
Bridgeman could become our first choice centre back quite quickly.
I think so. Obviously, the guy's under no illusions himself. He's had a torrid time trying to get himself back into peak fitness. He's managed to get it. And obviously a lot of patience by Rangers as well, because he had left his club in the summertime. So Rangers have been very good with him and very patient. And I think what we heard there was top quality manners and class for a centre half is going to be, I hope, a great servant to Rangers. And you might get 2 or 3 years out of Gareth McAuley, and that's for sure, in my opinion. The way he plays, the way he organises, I just really like it. I just like to hear him saying that. It's really good. Well done him. Well done, Ulster.
If we get 18 months, we've done well. Fox?
I'd agree with Big Ulster. I think it's a big if whether he will join our backroom staff as a coach when he retires, but for a man that's played under a lot of experienced managers, would also be beneficial if he's getting into the managerial side of the game to watch a young manager at work, mate. See what he does, how he handles the pressure that he'll face as he goes forward. I think he's at the right place at Ibrox, mate.
Who's the older? Stevie G or
I think
Macaulay. Macaulay's 38 or something.
39 coming up, I think. So
yeah,
it'll be touch and go between them. But
that's why I say you'll probably be lucky if you get maybe 2 years out of him. You really will be, because he's got himself back into peak fitness, and if he can play to any level in Europe, then he's going to be doing really, really well for himself and hope for the club as well.
Jimmy, then Rudy.
Well, you talking to me now, aye?
All right, Rudy. Rudy. Oh, you made a mistake there, James.
What? Everybody got a team, but I didn't, and you just cut me off. Anyway.
We've lost that caller.
Aye, heard that. Anyway.
I knew who your team was going to be. I'll give you your team. Do you want?
I don't want my team now. I'm fell out with you. Right. Gareth Macaulay, I wish he was about 3 or 4 years younger, mate. Well, I said that when he came on against Motherwell. I know Motherwell were hammering him, but he showed his class, his experience in defence, and that's something that we should grasp the more. He'll organise that defence some more, especially with big goals. And Golson needs somebody like Macaulay next to him. And I'm pleased that he's come through. As I say, I wish he was 34, 35, and no 38, 39 coming up for. But he's a stalwart for Northern Ireland, and I would hope that we might get a couple of seasons with him this season and next season. I don't know what happens after that. But we know Davy Weir was here, he was 42, but a different type of player. So, but we'll see what happens the morning night. But I'm pleased that he's going to be in the squad. Well, going to be in the team, definitely.
And Geese is a threat in other box as well.
Of course
KFK.
he does. Because Worrell for me is just a big Glasgow bird. He's a fearty. Well, for a defender, he's feared to go and command the ball, whether it's in defence or on a corner kick or a set piece. Thank God he's no. I hope he's no. He doesn't play for us again because he's rubbish. But I a good pressure for him. I'm pleased that he's with us. As I say, I wish he'd go up earlier. I wish even at the start of the season, some of the games that we lost, silly goals we lost. They might not happen to Big Macaulay be there, but we're not going to cry or spilt milk. We've got him now, and let's see what he adds to the team for tomorrow night onwards.
Rudy Bear.
Absolutely delighted that he's now match fit and he's up and running, and that's him. He's back in the team. Had a hard time getting there, but we've got him now, as Jimmy says. Just like Jimmy, I wish we'd have got him 3 or 4 years ago, Ox. I really do. I think he's got huge amounts of experience. He's had a good career at international level and Premier League level down in England. I just think he'll add so much to the dressing room. He'll come on the park, where he starts, he'll be in there marshalling the defence for us. We've seen it against Motherwell. Yeah, Motherwell certainly took a battering in that second half when he came on. I don't think he lost a header. And I think it was the same at the weekend against Livingston. He'd done really well for me, I just think he can be a huge addition to us for the next season, possibly two. Talks very, very well, because that's the easy experience, as I said. He's got bags and bags of it, and it can only do Goldson the world of good as well, having a player with that amount of experience, talking them through games as well. Because Goldson's, let's be honest about it, had a bit of a dip. So he did, hopefully he's getting himself back in the right road again. And with Macaulay beside him, I think it's probably going to end up our first two. I'm no, sir, as far as Worrell goes, people make a lot of, the couple of statements that he's made up to now about going back to Nottingham Forest and stuff like that. I'm not really fussed about that because I don't think he's what Rangers need long term anyway. So it's no bothering me in the slightest that he wants to go back to Nottingham Forest. But also, from the boys' point of view, he's been a Forest fan all his life. He's grown up a Forest fan, so I can perfectly understand why he wants to get back. When Andy Halliday was out on loan and any other Rangers player, I'd be disappointed if they said they didn't want to come back to Rangers. Andy Halliday was dying to get back to Rangers. Well, it's the same for Worrell. He wants to go back to the club that he supports. That's totally fine with me. But for me, starting two, for me, especially with the dip in Katic's form over the last sort of few weeks, 2 months or so, I would certainly go with Goldson, and Big Macaulay can just be a huge player for us, I think, for the rest of this season and hopefully next season, if we can keep the big man fit.
Ulster, 3 games in 8 days, and then the Aberdeen game quite quickly. Is it a big ask for a big man, or do you think he'll be up for it?
It's hard to say, isn't it? Because I think when he's played for West Brom, I don't think they've had, obviously they haven't been involved in Europe too much, so they haven't been playing the midweek games. So it's something he hasn't really done. So I don't know at his age. It's going to be hard to tell, I wouldn't be surprised if they did start with someone different tomorrow. But I hope he plays, but I don't know if they'll keep saving for the leagues. I'm not sure. It's, it'll be interesting to see, but I'm sure they're all under these fitness things now at the club, so the club will know behind the scenes, obviously, whether his body's able to do it or not, But he looks fit. He looks, he's enjoying himself, and I'm sure he's desperate to play in the match. So it'll be interesting to see if he gets the nod.
It'd be interesting. And could become a real hero quite quickly. Rudier.
Aye, definitely. If he can keep that defence, because let's face it, we've lost some silly goals this season, especially in the league, last-minute goals, And you can even look at the Spartak game as well, a couple of weeks back there, had we have had Big Macaulay there, had they been fit enough to play and stuff, and could have got him into the team, would we have lost 4 goals? Possibly no. Big man's great in the air, which is, I think, was something that we've lost now. But we lose out on a wee bit, because I don't think Goldson, Katic or Worrell are that great in the air, in all honesty, for what I've seen this season anyway. Plus the fact you hit the nail on the head and all, it gives you an option in the box at set pieces. He's big, he's good in the air, he knows where the goal is. He scored for his teams, he scored in his English Premiership career, and he scored for the Northern Ireland team, So he knows where the goal is, the big man. I think he's a fantastic addition to the squad. I'm so glad he's there now. Finally got him up and running, and he's in the team now. I'm really chuffed about that.
We lost Big Ulster.
Oh, did you ask me a question, Knox? Did you? Sorry.
Is that not the idea?
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you ask me anything.
I said he speaks very well.
Oh, he does, yeah. I think if you look at what he says, obviously he said that he wants to keep striving to do better, and he seems to have done that the whole way through his career, because over here, the young, anyone who's good, from a young age is normally snapped up very, very quickly and just took over the mainland at a young age, but that didn't really happen for Macaulay. He had played for Ballyclare Comrades and Crusaders, Coleraine, so he was in the Irish League here for a long, long time, sort of going through the teams. Got a lucky break of going to Lincoln City. And from then on, mate, he's just strived to do better. Went to Leicester, Ipswich, West Brom, and now Glasgow Rangers. So he's obviously a guy who's determined, never doubted himself, mate, and he's proved that the career he's had. Absolutely fantastic.
I liked his view at Mark Ulster about seconds nowhere here at Rangers. He gets it, doesn't he? Just totally gets it, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's like us all, the fans. He's a fan himself, and he knows what Rangers is all about. He knows that first is everything, second's nothing. And we need more of that in this club, because I think we've accepted, second or third too much. Not as a support, but some players in the past, I think, are just happy. I think if you get more players like Macaulay and other players around your dressing room who know what it means to be at Rangers, I think it can only help, can't it?
Yeah, definitely.
I'd just like to say a big, congratulations if he gets picked for tomorrow, because it's a big game, European tie at Ibrox, and some folk might think he's not quite ready for for that. Maybe I think he's got a lack of pace or something like that. I really don't. It doesn't really matter. Folk have got their opinion. But I would just wish him all the best. If he does get picked and the manager picks him, which I hope he does, because I think he's been playing very well and he looks quite good on the park. Let's hope he comes through it and he carries us through with him. That's what I want. So congratulations, big man.
And the manager's got a decision to make. And obviously, it's concerning all the games coming up, Fox. You know, this is when it becomes a squad game, unfortunately. It's not the same 11 every week.
No, it is not. I think quite a lot of the boys on the panel are tipping Macaulay to come in because of experience, and we need a leader at the back. And I think he fills the two roles. I wouldn't be even shocked, mate, if he did play Worrell tomorrow night, because I think Worrell is good on the ground, but he's suspect in the air for me. I just want to see Macaulay come in and get tested, and he will be tested tomorrow night. People are saying, oh, we only played Livingston, blah, blah, blah. Livingston were a big physical team as well, mate. There was plenty of balls pumped into our box for long passes into the box, to tons of throw-ins long into the box. And the two central defenders look to be quite rock solid. So I think it's the experience people want him in for. And we all know at 39 he hasn't got long left on the clock, but I think he's a vital boost to us to take us through to the end of the season. And that's all I think he'll be there for. I don't see him being there next year. I've heard wee rumours have been chasing a boy for Wolves. We looked at him at the summer and he's out of contract in this summer. So he's a big 6'4" forward boy, also play at right back. So I think Macaulay's just a stopgap for this season, but a good one for us, I think, with his experience.
Aye. You mentioned leadership there. How important is that? Because obviously Tap's our captain, but he never comes across as a natural leader. He doesn't come across as a shouter. How important for that is it for you?
Aye, somebody that really commands. Goldson was the most experienced out of the centre-backs that we had, but he wasn't a shouter either that I seen. When I watched Macaulay at Livingston, you could hear him even for the stand shouting at people, get into line. He was keeping them in line, mate, knowing when to step out, when no. And that's where we were losing a lot of goals for on the break. The line being disorganised, and I think he'll bring that into our side. As I say, for me, it's only to the end of the season, and I think we got him for nothing, and I think it's a good experiment that'll pay off for us.
See, on that point there, Oxchair, what you were saying, what Fox is saying is absolutely right. Goldson has been absolutely brilliant for us this season, but the truth is that he had a wee dip in form as well. But he's not. I said this before to you. He's not a leader, a centre half, the number one centre half. He's always been a partner of a good centre half. Do you know what I mean? And Worrell will be the same until maybe he gets a bit older. Once you grow into it, you have to learn all these things, I'm sure, you know. So Macaulay would be a benefit to everyone who plays in defence, because, as Foxy said, he shouts to you, tells you, get in there, and if you're not listening, he'll not be long in telling you in the dressing room what he says goes, you know. I'm telling you, do this and that, you know. So that's why I like a centre-half to be the captain, because everybody listens to the captain, don't they?
Aye. Leader on the park, leader off the park, but it sounds like good man, Gareth McCauley. I think George is back with his George.
How's doing, boys? You alright?
All right, mate.
What Rudy was saying there, Ox, is what I agree with what he's saying. I mean, if young Greg Docherty had to turn around today and say, somebody said, Ken, you're having a great time here, you want to go back to Rangers. If he turned around and says, no, I'm quite happy here, we'd be up in arms. We'd want that guy to turn around and say, Ken, even though he is 21, 22 or whatever it is, no, I'm desperate to get back to Rangers. I want to do well here, so we can go back to the Rangers and give Steven Gerrard. And I think that's what And the other foot what Rudy was saying about Big Worrell, I like the big guy. Me and Rudy spoke about the other night. I like the big guy. I think I think he'll turn out to be a cracking big player for us. But what you were saying there about Macaulay, I like Big Macaulay. I thought he was going to be a bit slow. It's just going with his age, and I thought how much football he's played in the last few while. But watching that game on Saturday, he was quick off his mark for a couple of balls a few times. So I quite like him. Can he play 2 or 3 games in the space of 10 days? I don't think we should take a chance with him. My honest opinion, I would go with Big Worrell, the Mora, and try and keep Macaulay. We've got Hertz in between, but try and keep Macaulay as fit as we possibly can for next week for Aberdeen, because that's a bigger game for me than the Mora, and that's just my opinion, than the Mora. I think we go with Worrell, the Mora, and if we can get either Worrell or Macaulay to play half a game on Sunday for Hertz, we're going to have to manage these next 9 games quite smart, and then on Wednesday night go for back to Goldson and Macaulay. I think they're our strongest back two, but I think we're going to have to manage them well, Locks.
I can't see Gareth playing in the 3 games, George. Villarreal, Hearts and Aberdeen. I just can't see that happen.
No, that's why I think I would miss him at the Mora, Locks, just to give him that wee rest. I really would. And then even if he only plays half on Sunday, I would give him the full game on Wednesday. But for me, the 2 league games are the 2 where I would go for Goldson and Big Macaulay. But even if Macaulay only plays half a game on Sunday, I would still go with. That's who I would go with, because I think they're our 2 strongest. And like Bridgman was saying, the shouting and that it is, and the commanding it is, just telling people where to be. I think that's. See, when you just play a daft game of 5 sides, and you've got a guy a higher standard than you, and he's telling you move into here, move back to there. It actually makes the game a lot easier for you. And they guys must be saying, Ken, Big Golston's good. Didn't get me wrong. I think the big guy's a cracking big defender, but he's not the leader as such as a centre half leader, a Richard Gough leader, even Big Bagheera and these guys. Davy Weir were leaders, and they showed you how to do. I mean, look at the player Davy Weir made. Big boy left us last year. He made him look like Wilson. It looked like a great player, but he came back to us 5 years later when you think he's going to be a better player, and he didn't, because he never had that guy beside him. You know, I think if Big Goldson could probably, I think he'll maybe we'll only get this season at Macaulay, but if he can play alongside him for a season, that'll be a great learning curve. Even though the guy's at a certain age, I think it'll be a great learning curve for him.
Good shout, George. Good shout. Does anybody else think that Gareth will play the 3 games in 8 days, sir?
Me personally.
I think he'll play. Oh, sorry, pal. Sorry.
Oh, you're all right. On you go, Bridger.
No, I think he'll play him. I think he'll play him the 3 games. Remember, of course, we just came off a quite a long break and had 1 game. So I really do think. I think he'll play play the continuity game. And obviously, I wish him all the best and all the luck that his fitness holds out for it. Obviously, the manager will be watching it. We'll see it ourselves at times, you know. But obviously, I'm under no illusion. A lot of the boys on here are well experienced fans watching Rangers, and they see different changes taking place. So I'm not going to say that anybody's wrong. My opinion is I wouldn't have any qualms about playing him in the 3 games. None at all.
I don't think he will, Bridge. I don't think he'll play the 3 games. I think it'll be a combination of Katic, Worrell, and, well, maybe possibly no Katic, but Worrell, Goldson and Big Macaulay. And I think it'll depend what's happening in games as well, you know. Especially in the league, I think if they're up at half time, you know, be 2 or 3 goals, there's a possibility he'll either, you know, if he started with him, we'll take him off at half time, or I think he's got to be managed. I think it was George said there he's got to be managed, and George is right. I think to ask a player of that age to play 3 games in such a short space of time, it's a big ask from Bridge, you know, at that age, you know. And I don't see any reason why, you know, he's got 3, what you would consider 3 or 4 good centre-backs there. And I think you've got to use them. You've got to use the squad with the amount of football that we've got coming up, you know. I don't see him play the 3 box, I don't.
I can't believe people are saying that the guy's more or less done at 38. He's kept fit all his life. He's not a guy that's suffered badly with injuries. 3 games in 10 days, stroll for the big man. Stroll.
I'm not saying he's done, Fox, you know what I mean? You know, just like I wasn't saying James Tavernier was mince either, you know. I'm just...
No, I'm not talking about you, Rudy. I'm just talking in general. People seem to think that, my God, it's as if he's got two walking sticks and we get him out there. It's not like players years ago that used to play through the pain barrier jagged up, mate, and they start to feel it in their older age. These players are looked after all their professional lives now. They don't get risked, and we've got a good backroom squad that'll tell that if he can't take it or no. I don't think that guy would want to step down playing 3 games in a week, and I think he could handle it, mate. Centre halves only under the physical restraint attacking players where they've got to do long bursting runs. Their positional sense and making the right decisions more than makes up for their wee bit of lack of pace and good players. I think he'll handle it, no bother.
Can I just say, I agree with Fox. All I'm saying is, I think he could handle it, but obviously it's up to the manager to make the choice. But I don't think there would be any problem. I think he could handle 3 games in a trot for the same reasons as Foxy said there, you know. If he's fit and the manager sees he's fit, I wouldn't think the manager would think twice, but the manager's the manager. He's the one that's going to do it, and I'll go with what the manager says. But I just wish the big guy luck, and all the best for tomorrow night, for sure, 100%.
I think we'll get a good idea about his capability to play in these games. If he starts tomorrow night, you know, and we go on and win the game, we'll be on here raving about him because he done the job that we've brought him in today. I don't think there's any doubt that he'll marshal that defence. I don't doubt that for a minute. Fox, you've just said you could hear him shouting when you were sitting in the stand. That's what we've missed this season. We've missed that. We've missed a big centre back, you know, with massive amounts of experience and can use that experience to get us through games, tough games. And that's possibly what it'll do for us tomorrow night. I'm actually pretty much looking forward to him starting tomorrow night. I hope he really does, because I think he can add so much. Regardless about whether he'll play the 3 games or no, let's just start after tomorrow night, because there's been all this stuff we saw on social media. Aye, but it was only Motherwell and they were already defeated in the second half. Aye, but it was only Livingston. I mean, there was some guys on here saying that, you know, when I listened down the archives, I heard boys on here saying that. Well, this is a different step up altogether tomorrow night. It's Villarreal, it's the Europa League. They've got some real class and real quality in their side. If he starts tomorrow night, we'll have a better idea of the big man after the 90 minutes is up, you know, how he's going to do for us, I think.
Cushy in the lobby totally disagrees with me, so phone up Cushy and gauge your side there. He thinks we're all crazy, but
no, I think you're crazy, mate. That's a different
I
thing altogether.
respect Cushy. He's got good opinions on football. I'll tell you one thing, I would feel a lot better with somebody with experience against Villarreal tomorrow. This guy's played at international level. Worrell, hasn't he? He's got his experience means a lot in a team. People have got confidence in people with experience. They trust him. And I watched him another thing I watched him at the weekend was I don't think he gave a ball away when he picked it up at the back. He never wasted it. He didn't pass it about slowly between him and Goldson for 5 minutes before we moved up the park. He moved forward with the ball into the middle of the park and released it. So did Goldson, which was better, I thought, than we had been doing for weeks before it. As they say, this pass to one, pass to the other, Andy Halliday back to the goalkeeper, out to Goldson, across to Macaulay, back to Andy Halliday. Teams were just settling in and just waiting and just punting the ball forward. And that was a difference in Saturday for me as well. We moved the ball a lot quicker to the back of the...
I'm with you, Fox. I want him to start tomorrow because I think he can add so much to us. Unlike you, I think Cushy talks a lot of mince at times.
Cushy's gonna be rigging it.
Oh yes, I'm trying to tempt him in here. He's gone Livingston. How did our 2 centre-halves do against Livingston when they beat us? That's the question you want to ask yourself. What?
See the difference in Saturday I noticed about like Macaulay. Cool as a cucumber. I mean, I think good defenders are good, right? But 90% of the time they were doing what defenders do. They headed the ball and let the midfielders do it. Just get the ball to the road. Big McCauley, it was just a simple thing. He was taking a step back, controlling the ball, and a simple pass. And there was no panic there. There was no constant urgency. It was just like he knew what he was going to do, and that's what I liked. The reason I said about not being able to play the 3 games is he's not had a pre-season. That's the only reason I would say it. I don't know what you talk about young lads getting burnt out, but I didn't want him getting 2 and 3 weeks time not being able to play because he's had that many games. That's the only reason I would say. If he could play every single game for me, folks, I'd take him in the team because I just think the big guy's quality. He's his class, but I just don't know if he can actually do it, folks. That's my point.
By the way, just for the record, it's only Rudy Bear thinks you talk mince.
That's okay.
And he doesn't really. He's only kidding.
I was only kidding, mate.
I notice how you're getting a dig at somebody, but there's still food involved.
It's never off my mind.
But I think it's great. I mean, Gareth McCauley, we've got experience there. Where he plays, I know I've got a slightly different view. It's 3 games in 6 days. I think the sports scientists, people will be involved in all that, and for all the players.
You're just ageist.
I'm helping you about, innit? You can't say that.
Well, you're always saying one will help you along the road when I'm a mile in front of you. You know, you're unfit, an unfit 50-year-old, and I'm an old.
Wish I was.
Aye.
Wish I was. Aye, but we talked about the midfield, and the vast majority, if not everybody, had Jack, Ajira, and Arfield playing. Is Koulibaly out the picture for everybody now? Is his lack of form done it for us? Rudy Bear.
Aye, certainly since he come back for that injury, he's just not been the same player, has he? Up to that point, I think we were all singing his praises on here. In fact, some of us were actually saying, we should be looking to sign this boy. When Steven Gerrard brought him in, he was, he called him the Dart Destroyer and all this kind of stuff. He's a big destroyer, getting about players and all that. And he did it brilliantly as well. Never done anything fancy. Just broke the play up, put in the tackles when needed, then passed the ball off to somebody, But since he's come back for that injury, he's certainly not been the same player. Had he continued with that form, we'd still be picking him for the team, whoever we were playing, we'd still be picking Koulibaly. But I think probably Ajaria, the 3 guys that have picked, Jack and Ajaria and Scotty Arfield, that's probably, at this particular moment in time, I would say we're best midfield. It seems to be, they've kind of fell out the game a wee bit at the weekend there, though, for me, but they'll not get away with that tomorrow night. That's not something that they're going to be capable of doing, is having a wee quiet spell in the match. They're going to have to be at it for 90 minutes, So that would be the best midfield to pick. But there's no way they'll get falling out the game at the weekend, tomorrow night. If they do that tomorrow night, they've got players that will certainly hurt us, so if they get the opportunity. So they've got to be on it for the full 90 minutes. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, Ox, your midfield wins you games. You control the midfield, you win games, you know what I mean?
Rossart seems to have disappeared at the picture again after playing. Where was the game he played? Hamilton. Bridgeman. He's disappeared at the scene again.
Yeah, I think the manager stated that he's got nearly everybody fit. I would imagine that's minus Murphy and what's the other boy's name? It came off from Dorrance. So I would imagine, other than those two, everybody should be fit. But he's including Gresda and I can't remember who it is. He mentioned, but Rossiter, I think it was, right enough.
Kent.
They're all Kent. So the whole club now are very close to being fit and ready for selection. So it's up to the manager. And for me, you mentioned Koulibaly. It wouldn't surprise me if the manager put Koulibaly in. And yes, some of these players are falling out. Rossiter, for one, totally out of the picture at times. But the manager needs to pick them. I don't see I don't know where they're going to play them, because the boys that are playing there in midfield now are doing a really good job, as far as everybody can see. Koulibaly came on against Motherwell. I thought he did very well. No problem with him at all.
Do you think Bridge will see Dorrans again?
Well, I hope so, because again, it's down to everybody's opinion. I think Dorrans was a class act. And I thought, when he got injured very early on in his Rangers games, and then he came back and he got injured again, too quick for him coming back. And really and truly, I thought we're sadly missing somebody like that. I thought he was just quality, really quality. Yeah. And I think he will be a great player. Whether, in fact, he'll get back into a Rangers team or not, it might be too late. Both him and Murphy, both great players in their own right, I just don't know. By the time they come back and they get to reach fitness and get back to know most of the players that are there, it's really difficult for them. And I feel sorry for every one of them. Because Steven Gerrard's built a really good squad, really tough squad. Not world beaters, but a really tough squad. And it's going to be difficult to get in. And once you're in these squads, you don't want to commit it again.
Yeah.
Aye, we'll see. But I thought McCauley was a certainty to start tomorrow night. Now people have put doubts in my mind, but we'll see. It'll be interesting to see what the team is. Was it an 8 o'clock kickoff, 5 to 8? Anybody there?
I hope we get them in time, because the last time we get done by UEFA for being late. I don't know why, but we get done by UEFA. 5 to 8.
5 to 8 tonight, aye. And we'll see what it takes.
Kick-off stated as 8 o'clock.
What is it? All right, okay. Right, so we'll have a show, 7 o'clock tomorrow night, Fox?
I don't know, I'll be at the game. I hope you know School Blue will be rocking and rolling back here.
7 o'clock tomorrow evening for the pre-match show. Be interested to see what the team is. You couldn't second guess Stevie Gerrard by Ulster, could you?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why we all sort of think McCauley mightn't be a stick on, because Stevie G's swapped and changed a few times. But like the Villarreal game away, and Worrell done pretty well that game, to be fair to him. So, it's going to be interesting, because you could maybe see like if Grezda being put in there, whether it's for Candace or for Middleton as well. That could be another change. So it'll be interesting to see. But I'm sure whoever he puts out in the pitch, he believes that they can do more than a job, hopefully, tomorrow. But it's all about taking your chance. Whoever does come in, if anyone does replace anybody, it's up to them to use that 90 minutes to prove why they should be in the team for the big games coming up.
Here, mate. Here. You've got to get in the team first and foremost, and then try and keep your place in it,
I think Acharya's got a big role to play tomorrow night. I think he's done quite well in the European games, and a lot of keeping hold of the ball be down to him tomorrow. That's what I do like about him. He's always available to take the ball off of MD, and when he's on his game, he's a good player. But tends to fade out the game a wee bit later on in games. But I hope tomorrow night shows he can show his real class, mate, because he's up against a tough midfield in the Villarreal. So I hope he has a really good game tomorrow. Important player for us tomorrow night. Did that stun you all that you all went silent?
I was just checking something out there. Sorry, I was just checking something out. Sorry, I apologise, boss. I apologise most profusely.
Can I give a quick shout out just before we wrap things up?
No.
Come on.
Go on then, because it's you.
Thanks, mate. I know it's a young Matthew Luke.
And John?
Hi. The young fella who's a disabled Rangers fan, and his family is desperately trying to raise £25,000. He's from Port Glasgow, and he needs a stair lift installed to help him get in and out of his home, which is on a hill, as well as an extension to provide space for a wet room on the ground floor. His father, Matthew, has just recently retired. They've always, and obviously his mother's well, Sadie. And they've paid for everything, obviously, for his life, to keep him in the house. But because his father's retired now, the money's not as easy to come by. So there's a Just Giving page, and it's being shared all around the Rangers page. And I'll give the link to the Old School later so he can put it in the chat for us. I think there's about £5,000 raised. So, but this is to keep a young bear in his house with his family, especially around Christmas time, etc. So we need to really try and get this money raised for a great cause. So hopefully we can do that.
Well said.
Well said, big man. Well said. Hopefully, we'll maybe raise it again on Friday night, mate, when we've got more relaxed and know the end of the show. Yeah,
definitely we will.
Yeah, all right. Listen, Bridgeman.
Well, what can I say? A marvellous night again tonight. Great opinions by all the guys. Really good, enjoyable chat. For Rangers tomorrow night, huge game, obviously. I'm going for a 1-0 for me. And I just wish all the players, whomever they may be, the whole squad, good luck for tomorrow night, guys. Carry us through, and we'll try and carry you through. So, for all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, every single one is, for tomorrow night, keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers need us. Keep it going.
Can I thank yourself, Bridge, Fox, George Logan, Jimmy Muller, Rudy Bear, Big Ulster, Ben, for all taking the time to join us on Rangers Radio this evening. We'll be back tomorrow night at 7 o'clock for a pre-match show. Take it away, Fox.